Okay, so in this video I'm going to be discussing Boolean algebra. So, first thing we need to know is a bunch of axioms. These are things that are just true, and you just have to accept them. So, for example, 0 and 1 are opposites. So if something is 0, it can't be 1. If it's 1, it can't be 0. Okay? Then, we have a variable. If x equals 0, then x, and then not, this thing is called a tag, and it means not. So x tag equals 1. And similarly the other way around. If x is 1, then x tag equals 0. Okay? Okay, another one. 0 times 0 equals 0. That's obvious. But we just have to know that. Next one is not so obvious. 1 plus 1 equals 1. Because we're only dealing with either true or false. So an easy way to understand this is that it's either any number or 0. So 1 plus 1 could be 1, but it doesn't matter. Okay. It's a little noisier. So 1 times 1 is also 1. And then 0 plus 0 equals 0. They seem obvious, but we just have to state them, just because these are things that are true. 0 times 1 equals 1 times 0, which also equals 0, because the 0 gets rid of everything. And 1 plus 0 equals 1. Okay? Next we have some theorems. I misspelled that, but I'm not going to change it. So, x plus 0 equals x. X times 1 equals x. X plus 1 equals 1. So this is because plus is really or. So here I'll explain it a different way. Let's say x was equal to 0. 0 plus 1 would be 1. So that's why x plus 1 is equal to 1. And we don't care about the x. The whole thing is 1. Then x times 0 equals 0. Because even if x is 1, it's times 0, so it's 0. Then we have x plus x equals x. This is because any number other than 0 is going to be 1. So 1 plus 1 is just 1. Okay? And then we have x times x equals x, because for the same exact reason as this. It's just 1. 1 times 1 is going to be 1. And 0 times 0 is going to be 0. It's impossible for this one to be 1. Well, it's impossible for this one to be 1 and this one to be 0, because they're the same one. Okay? Next, x tag, and then tag over that. These cancel out, so it just becomes x. Okay? Next we have x plus y equals y plus x. They can flip around, it's okay. And then same thing for times. X times y equals y times x. Next we have x plus y plus z equals x plus parentheses y plus z. So that works. And then it's the same with multiplication. X times y z equals xy times z. Okay. Next. Sorry. X times y. Oh, let me make it bigger on my screen. Okay. X times y plus x times z equals x times y plus z. So this is just factoring. It's like you can pull out the x from both of them and then just multiply them both. Then the backwards way is x plus y, x plus z equals x plus y z. This is because there's no x squared, it's just x times x. So it's x, which is 1 times 1 is 1. Okay? Next, there's x plus x times y equals x. This is because it's or, so we don't care about what y is. And just if x is 0, then it's going to be 0, because even if y is 1, it's times 0, so it's going to be 0. If it's 1, then we don't care about what this is, because even if y is 0, this side will be 0, but this side will be 1. Okay? Next we have x times y plus x times y tag, or y naught. So that's equal to x. And this is because one has to be 0, one has to be 1. One y has to be 0, one has to be 1. Because it can't be the same. So whichever one is 0, the other one is going to be 1. So it's just going to be x. And also the other way around. X plus y times x plus y tag equals x. Okay? It's for the same reason, just the opposite. If this is 0, then this is 1. So it'll just be whatever. So let's say this is 0, this is 1, this is 1. So this is plus 0, and this is plus 1. So it's 1 times 1 is 1. Okay? Huh. Alright. Next. There's a bunch of formulas, but once you know all of them, it makes solving things way easier. So we have x times y plus x tag times z plus y z. That's equal xy plus x naught z. So let me see why this is. I don't know if I ever studied this one, but I guess I'll just have to accept it, because like I can't calculate it quickly in this video. The next one is the opposite, just x plus y times x. Just refer to these when you come across these equations. If you remember it, then you'll be able to solve things much quicker. Okay. X plus any number of x's equals x. Same thing for y's. Something for times. X equals x. Okay? The next one is when you not anything, when you put a tag on the outside of an equation. So let's say x, y, and then not. So this turns into x not and then plus y. You have to be very careful about that. Times gets turned into plus and plus gets turned into times. Same thing for this. X plus y not, so that's x not, y not. So it's times. Okay, we're finished with the theorems. Now we'll go to now we will go to simplification. Now that we know all these theorems, we can make like a bunch of other ones. So x, y plus x plus y. So let's say we had this problem. This equals this will equal x. So this equals x plus y. Because let's say this is 0, let's say this is 1 and 0, this is 1 and 0. So it's the same thing. Okay, this is much more important now. Now we're going to do truth tables. This is the last subject in this video. I wanted to get to dual equations and complementary equations, but I need to brush up on them, so I'm going to wait for that. So this is how it works. However many variables you have, let's say it's let's say a function f of a and b equals a times b. Okay, so you line up the variables on the top, and then there's a pattern for every variable. There's going to be for the number of variables, it's to the power of 2, v to 2. So there's going to be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, yeah. So we do 0, 1, 0, 1. 0, 1 repeats like that, and 0, 0, 1, 1. Let's say we had more, we'd repeat on for this. We would go on for that. We just depending on how many variables you have. Okay? Now f is the function. 0 times 0 is 0. 0 times 1 is 0. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 1 is 1. So that's a truth table. I'll do a more complicated one now. F A B C equals A naught plus A B C naught plus BC. Okay? I just made that up on the spot, but I'll see what it is. We do A, B, C on the top, and we do 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. We do that 8 times. 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1. Just notice the pattern. It's not that hard. 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay? Sorry. Okay, so first we analyze it. So, we can shorten it by remembering it's an or over here. Because of this, any A naught is going to be true. So that means whenever A is 0, it gets flipped to 1. And then the whole equation will be 1. So you can just put a 1 on all of these, because we know that it's true. Okay, now let's do the next shortest one, BC. BC is going to be 1, 1, so there's already 1 here, so that's already taken care of. And we have 1, 1 over here, so that's 1. Next we have A, B, C naught. So that's when A is 1, so it could be these 2. It could be these 4. When B is 1, it could be these 2. And C is not, so it's this one. So it's 1. So the rest are 0. Okay, so now the video is done.